Welcome back to a very short and brief part 3. We were just talking about trim, anti-servo, what that means, and what trim does. So for secondary, we went over flaps, the kind of flaps we have, slotted flaps, trim, anti-servo trim is the kind of trim we have, and we kind of drew some diagrams here of what each of those may look like and how you can get a visual aid to maybe help you understand those. So that's basically the secondary flight controls. So the only thing we're going to have left now is our trim controls, of which one we've already gone over. So the last one we will go over are trim controls. So we've already gone over your stabilator trim like I mentioned earlier. So now we're going to go over rudder trim. So rudder trim is exactly what it sounds like, except it's for the rudder. And instead of relieving control pressures on your yoke stabilator, then it's going to relieve your control pressures on your rudder pedals via your rudder. So in flight, if you're noticing, you have to push a lot of one of the rudders to keep that coordinated flight there. Then we actually have rudder trim, which a lot of people don't know. So what that is and where it's located is underneath the avionics, underneath the dash in the middle. It's a circular knob that's you just twist it one way for right, twist it to the right for right rudder trim or to the left for left rudder trim. So that's all that does. Another useful phase of flight, or another time it'd be useful, is during climbing. So if you just took off and you're climbing in a single engine propeller driven aircraft, you're going to have some left turning tendencies, which is a good thing to talk about in another lesson. But the left turning tendencies, you're going to want to counteract those by using right rudder, and you'll find your right leg getting a little sore or tired sometimes because you're having to push so hard on that. So rudder trim is a great way to counteract that. Push in the right rudder pedal and use your right rudder trim, and you can feel how light it gets and how much easier and better your leg will start feeling. So that's basically what rudder trim does. That's all for this lesson. Once again, this was Task E airplane flight controls. So we've covered primary, secondary, and trim controls. So just to wrap it up one more time, primary, we have ailerons, rudder, and your stabilator. Secondary, we have flaps and trim. And your trim controls, you have the stabilator trim and your rudder trim. So I hope this was useful, and have a good day.